Okay, now first off, to start, when I want flawless full coverage foundation, I always cleanse and prep my skin. I always exfoliate, which for me is using my Clinique Sonic system. I use it every single day just because you want to get those pores as small as possible and get off any dead flakies you might have going on. Then of course go ahead and moisturize your skin. You can use like what is this one? The Lait-Creme Concentrate from Embryolisse. I love this one. And then of course prime. Now for me, I've been loving this one. I haven't shared it with you guys, I don't think. It's called the Present by Philosophy, and I love this. I'll even wear this when I am going out somewhere real quick and I don't want to put a full face on like foundation or even a BB cream, because it helps blur imperfections. So I really, really highly recommend this for a face primer, and it helps fill in any pores as well. First, prime your skin. Now I already did it off camera because you do have to let this set for 2 minutes before you can apply your foundation. So I already did that. And then go ahead and choose your favorite full coverage foundation. Now for me, my favorite full coverage is going to be the Even Better Compact Makeup from Clinique. It is full coverage. And then daily I use the Ready Set Gorgeous if I'm just like running out and stuff like that. I love this one as a drugstore one. And then my favorite from the higher end spectrum is Lancome Tint Idol, the 24-hour makeup. So I'm gonna go ahead and start by using this one. I'm using, I should tell you the name of the brush. It's a 102 by Zoeva. I love this. It just gives you a really airbrushed finish. So I'm just going to dip it in the product. This is my personal one. I don't use it on anyone. So we're going to do that. And then just place it. I tend to put this, of course, start where I need the most coverage and then blend out from there. I'm sorry if it looks like I'm ignoring you, but I'm looking down in a mirror. So I typically take a light amount and then just slightly build up my coverage, because it is full coverage, because it's a cream to powder foundation, and those tend to be a little thicker. And I do each side of my face, and you can tell I put the most there, and then I'll take whatever's left on the brush up onto my forehead, because I tend to not like, I don't have really any issues on my forehead to need a whole bunch of foundation. And then just move on to the other side of my face. And I just use buffing motions because I like that buffing feeling, because it feels like it melds it into the skin versus letting it sit on top of your skin. And I ran out of foundation on that side, so I need to add a little bit more. And I do have a little bit of breakouts going on. That's all I do, and then I just go back, and if I feel like I need any coverage, like I do have a little blemish here and there, I just put a little bit more on it, and I'm barely tapping it in there. And you can see I don't take this one under my eyes, because there are some foundations that you can put under your eyes and they set well. The CoverGirl is for sure one of them. I can put that under my eyes, and I have a lot of dryness, and that doesn't emphasize my dryness at all. And next I move on to concealer. Now for me, I will highly recommend the MAC Pro Longer Concealer. I am in shade NW20, and then the Line Smoothie Concealer from Clinique, which I'm in Moderately Fair, and then the next one, which I use as of late for like the last month or so. I love this one. It's the Clinique, I think it's Complete Coverage, I can't remember. It's classified as a foundation and a concealer, but I love this as a concealer. So this is just a sample size, because it doesn't take much here. And it's on the thicker side. Well, it's creamy but thick. That's it on a concealer brush. So then I just apply that with my Beauty Blender. Like you guys know, I love this thing. I've used it forever. I tend not to put foundation on with it just because I don't typically like the look of it. Other people it looks beautiful on. I have friends that use it to apply their foundation, and I'm just not one of them. So it can be done. I just prefer on my skin how it looks, and I kind of highlight my cheekbone with it as I do it, so you guys can see it kind of brightens up the area as well. It's almost like a natural highlight versus using a ton of highlight or anything like that. And then I just buff that in, and that's so that you can see without it and with it. So we prefer it with it, obviously. And then just move on to the other side. And I'll typically do the outside first, just because I tend to crease more in the inner corner. So just pay attention to what your skin does and then go from there. Okay, so next I move on to my powder foundation. For you guys, you can use any powder you want. I just love the look of powder foundation, especially if it has like a sheen to it, so it's not real matte looking. It's right like a demi matte in between. My two favorites are, one is from Clinique, and it is the Super Powder Double Face Powder. It has that beautiful sheen to it still. I highly recommend this. And then the only reason I'm not using this one is because it is a little light for me right now, and I've been through a couple of these. I really enjoy this one. And then I switched to, I went on the hunt a while ago for a new one just because of tone and stuff like that, and the next shade down for that one was a little too golden for me. So I went ahead and I picked up the Bare Minerals Ready Foundation. It has an SPF of 20, and I'm the shade R150. I haven't showed you guys this, but clearly I love it. I use it a lot. It also has that sheen to it if you're looking for something similar. And with that, I'm just going to go ahead and take, this is a Sigma Flat Top Synthetic Kabuki. It's a F80. And again, I like more of like the airbrushed finish and the different color fibers on the brush. It tends to be like a little more forgiving when you put on your powder foundation. So I just put on some and then just tap off the excess. And I tend to pat it where I want the most coverage to start. And that way I don't move around my concealer. And it's just like a fast tapping motion. We're like, arr. And then I put the least amount on my forehead because like I told you guys, I don't like to feel like I have too much coverage where I don't need it. I feel like it will crease in that area, and that's like a pet peeve of mine for a weird reason. I don't know. And I haven't added any more to the brush. All I'm doing now is just making sure I like where it's at. There you have it. That is my full coverage foundation routine. Now, typically from here, I go on and I do my highlighting and contouring, which I'm going to be making a video right after this for that, so look out for that. And I typically leave my under eye area still with no powder, mainly because I go in with more liquid products. The next one I'm going to be using is my Prep and Prime from MAC under my eyes to help brighten the under eye area, and I don't want it having too much product and caking. So that's what I typically do. So if you guys want to go ahead and look out for that video, it should be out probably after this one. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I hope you find it helpful when trying to achieve a full coverage foundation.